Welcome to the second part of lesson 1.5. Yesterday we looked at absolute value equations, and today we're going to look at absolute value inequalities. So when we are solving an absolute value inequality, the first step that we need to follow is to isolate the absolute value. And this is just like yesterday, where we're trying to get those absolute value bars by themselves. So add, subtract, multiply, or divide anything that's outside of them. Next, we're going to rewrite it as a compound inequality. A compound inequality is an inequality with two inequality signs. If we start off with the absolute value is greater than a value, I actually have a typo here, this should be a negative right there. We are going to rewrite this as x is less than the opposite of what we started with, or x is greater than what we started with. X just means whatever was inside the absolute values. And if x is less than k, notice again that k has to be positive and real. Just like yesterday, we couldn't solve an absolute value and get a negative. We will rewrite it as a compound inequality as an and statement with the x in the middle and with the opposite signs here. So rather than talking about this on and on, I'm just going to jump right in and give an example. Here we have an absolute value, 3x plus 1. And then plus 1 is greater than 12. So I need to get that absolute value by itself. The first thing I'm going to do is subtract 1 to both sides so that my absolute value is isolated. So now it's isolated. And so now my second step is to rewrite it as a compound inequality. And I have to decide which one of these meets my criteria. In this case, number 3 meets the criteria because I'm dealing with a greater than. I know that this symbol is not greater than or equal to. I could have written a couple lines. I could have said if absolute value of x is greater than k and not greater than equal to. But that just means as long as it's greater than. If it's greater than or equal to or just greater than, either way, it's going to be written like this. So I'm going to rewrite this 2 times. I'm going to have 3x plus 1. And I'm going to, when I change this sign, the inequality sign, I change the sign of the number on the other side. I do need to write this or in the middle. That's an important part. Or 3x plus 1 is greater than 11. So when I keep the inequality the same, I keep the number the same. When I change the inequality sign, I change the sign of the number. And now I'm just going to solve these. Plus 1 to both sides. And we get 3x is less than negative 10. Divide both sides by 3. X is less than negative 10 thirds. Subtract 1, subtract 1. We get 3. Oh, I did plus 1. I made that same mistake yesterday, I think. Minus and minus. So that would give us over here 12 over 3, which would actually be negative 4. Sorry about that. And then we have 3x is greater than 10. Divide both sides by 3. Those cancel and we get x is greater than 10 thirds. Now we were asked to also graph the solution. There is an or in the middle. And so my final answer would look like this. That writing that or in the middle is essential. And then I'm going to graph my solution. So I'm going to put 0 in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know that 10 thirds is 3 point something because 3 goes into 10 3 times with the remainder. So while I have an open circle at negative 4 because of the first part of the solution, my second one is going to go somewhere between 3 and 4. And I'm not going to measure it out. I'm just going to kind of estimate. For the negative 4, it's x is less than. And for the 10 thirds, it's greater than. They should always be going in opposite directions when it's an or statement. So that's how we would do the first one. Here, the problem is that I have a 4 on the outside, so I'm going to divide by 4 on both sides. All right, so now I'm going to say I've got a less than symbol in the middle. So now I'm looking at this one here with a less than. And we are going to rewrite it as a compound inequality where whatever's in the absolute value goes in the middle. And notice that these these inequality signs, are pointing the same direction as here. They're both less than signs. So I'm going to take what's in the absolute value bars and write it in the middle. I'm going to put the signs on either side facing the same direction. The 9 comes down here, and then the negative goes on this side. Adding 9 to all sides. I get 0 is less than y is less than 18. So there's my answer. And I'm going to graph this. I'm actually going to start at 0 down here, but 1, 2, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So I'm going to have a circle at 18, a circle at 0. They're both open because it's just less than signs, not less than or equal to. And then I am going to shade all the values in between. And there you have it. That is our graphed solution. Those are the ends of that number line. All right. So try this one out and see what you get. Our first step should be to subtract 2. X minus 3 over 2 is less than 4. This is still a positive number, so I can keep moving forward. The minute that my absolute value bars are isolated and there's a negative number on the other side, we say no solution, it's not possible. But for now, it's still positive. So I take what's in the absolute value bars because it's a less than, and I put it in the middle. Less than, less than. The positive one goes on the right. Oops. The negative one goes on the left. Now I can solve this. I'm going to multiply everything by 2. Since x and the minus 3 are all being divided by 2, not just the x, I need to multiply by 2 first. So that would cancel out there. We get negative 8 is less than x minus 3, less than positive 8, and then add 3 to everything. And what we're going to get from that is negative 5 less than x less than 11. When I go to graph this, I get an 11 up here and negative 5 down here. Again, my x is in the middle, so I shade in the middle. I shade in between those two values. And this would be a graph of my solution. Your homework for today is page 36, numbers 16 through 27. There are some odd numbers in there, so check again with Bob and see how you're doing. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I would be happy to help.